MiniWarGaming's Beat Map Batrep!
Welcome back to Beat Map Batrep. This is Imperial Guard versus Necrons, going into Imperial Guard turn 3. Chimeras are moving back and Leman Russ is getting into position to do some damage. Now that my command barge is sitting there right in the open, all those last cannons can do their trick. The other Chimera moves back as well. This group moving over to get ready to engage the warriors, hoping to take them all down this time. Leman Russ moving up, get a better line of sight. And these guys all have twin linked right now because of a command from their sergeant. The first one fails to do any damage. The second one fires on the side armor, hits 3 times, and manages 2 penetrating hits, which are both +1. That's 2 immobilized. I decided to take both those hits onto the Overlord instead, like I can do with their special rules, because otherwise it would wreck, because it was a fast skimmer and it had moved flat out. However, they finish it off with the other guy firing at them, so the Overlord is now down there with only 1 wound left. The explosion goes into the last cannon guys, but unfortunately they don't really take any damage. Then the Chimera, the occupants open fire with a melt-a-gun. Hits and wounds, I don't have a save against that, so he's down for the count. He might come back, but we shall see. Last cannons into the Lich Guard fail. Second one, they do manage to hit and wound, but I do deflect the shot with the invulnerable save onto the nearby group, but they make their cover save. Chimera firing as well, manages to inflict 1 wound, which I do manage to deflect as well, back onto their own guys, and so giving them a cover save. Just so you know, that's a ruling that we made. It's not in the book. We're just saying that they get cover according to as if the Lich Guard were the ones firing. It just makes sense to us. Plasma cannon shots onto these warriors manage to take out quite a few of them. 6 of them do go down. And then a flamer shot from this squad right here only manages 2 wounds, which I think I saved there. Actually, no, we're waiting to roll for the saves. And so 10 warriors go down in total. The Lord is still alive. They manage to stay still, and a bunch of them stand back up. 5 more of them stand up. That's a total of 405 points of Necrons that have reanimated. So definitely, that's a lot of points. That's a 1/5 of my army coming back. My turn 3, decide that the warriors in the back really aren't doing anything, so they're going to start running towards the other objective, see if I can spread myself out between the two. Immortals move up to start rapid firing on something. Not quite sure what their target is quite yet. The warriors move over, making sure they don't give cover to the guard that are sitting between those 2 vehicles. The Lich Guard move up, getting ready to multi-assault into the last cannons in the back, finally being able to get to his gun line back there. Scarabs move over. They do take a dangerous terrain roll, and one of them actually dies because of that dangerous terrain, but they go after the other 2 are going after the Leman Russ. I had forgotten to roll reanimation, so he let me do it now. That's 570 points now because he stood back up, although he only has 1 wound still. But still, that's a pretty strong model to come back up. Rapid firing from the warriors does manage to kill all but 1 of that guard group. Then the Immortals fire into the last cannon guys right there and manage a lot of wounds, killing 2 of them. They managed to fail 4 of their cover saves. Lich Guard then charge up, multi-assault into the platoon there. And the Overlord charges through cover. It doesn't really matter because he's already a lower initiative. So all 3 of them get to hit. He's got 2 attacks with each of them. Hitting on 4s, winning on 6s, doesn't manage any wounds. I get to hit back, insta-killing with my Strength 7 weapon, and I insta-kill all 3 of them. So very easy combat for the Overlord against those guys, but they're not really meant to be for close combat. The other guys get to hit the Lich Guard first. Do have 12 attacks, but fail to do any wounds. So the one side attacks the last cannon guys, and manages to take down 5 of their 6 wounds, so the one does survive with 1 wound. And then the other side, the Lord does insta-kill, so he hits 3, but he only wounds 1, so he insta-kills 1, and then the Lich Guard managed to do 3 more wounds. So both sides have 1 wound remaining, but they do lose combat by 10. And so we have to see if they're going to run. The first group does not run, or sorry, both groups do run because they have to roll double 1s. So I roll a 2 for overrunning them. One of them gets overrun, and the other group does manage to get away, but he runs off the board. So those guys are pretty much, or they are, all completely gone. And then the Scarab swarms against the Leman Russ. They get 10 attacks, and 4s will hit. They manage to strip off 4 of its armor, and then 3 penetrating hits and 1 glancing hit, and one of them is a wreck. So that's all the Leman Russes, and 3 Chimeras taken down because of those Scarab swarms. So they were definitely worth their points. Along with every resurrection orb I managed to take 2. They were definitely worth their points as well. End of round 3, decided to put the counter up at the top there. Extra Necrons that we got so far is just 20 models, but some of those models were a Lord, an Overlord, and I think we had a total of 2 or 3 Lich Guards standing back up, and then a bunch of warriors as well. I can't really discount the points cost of the warriors because he kept soaking up fire round after round as they kept standing back up and moving up. So at this point, Cam says, all right, you win. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that battle report. Unfortunately, the Imperial Guard went down to the slow and ponderous advance of the Necrons. I wonder what it would have been like if I had brought like a mechanized list. You probably would have just had me out of the mechanized part of it within the first turn.
Yeah.
Everything would be wrecked and on the ground. So
Maybe,
I was just throwing those points away.
Yeah.
So, because you had lots of last cannons and everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to be doing a post-game show for the Vault members where we'll talk about the tactics and everything else that we thought about. But I hope that you enjoyed this. We're definitely going to have more battle reports, especially for Necrons and for 40k and Fantasy and War Machine, all coming very soon. I think this will get posted up before Christmas, so Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and Happy Wargaming.